Welcome to today's Adult Learn to Sail course.
Glad to be here.
Now, Bob, I know you like to sail fast. I know you like to round the marks. I know you like to be first around the marks. I know you like to chase your buddies on the water and you like to catch up with them. You need to know how to finesse your steering to do this. You need to know when to sheet in and ease out your sheets and when to adjust the helm to have the best speed. The secret is in these two pieces of wool, the green one and the red one, two pieces of ordinary wool. Bob, you can get a lot of information from these pieces of wool. By the time we finish today's lesson, you will be able to demonstrate and explain how to use this wool, which these are called ticklers, by using sheeting and steering adjustments to get them steering parallel in different scenarios.
Okay, I can't wait.
Bob, here are your ticklers. You are going to make your own. So we have a red, good, scissors, and we have green. So the key in using this kind of a
Where did the green go?
is the red and the green.
Got it. Oh.
So you will note, Bob, that these are ultra light and they blow so easily in a breeze. Great.
Excellent.
Now, yeah, very nice. And you notice the way they streamed so parallel and so together. Now that means that you have had a beautiful even wind on them, direction of wind, and it was clear. On a sailboat, we use these to determine how well our sails are set and how well we are doing. So let's have a look at our boards. So Bob, here we have a jib and we've placed the ticklers on the jib. The red one is on the port side. The green one, which is hyphenated here, is on the other side. That's why you don't see it clearly and strongly. So this view is of the port side. Here the two ticklers are in an uneven flow. So you can see the bottom one that is weak. The windward side is streaming strongly, but there's not enough air going to the leeward side. So it's happening like this. It's weak. So that telltale is not flying straight. You need to get more wind to that side with the green tickler. Crew should let the sail out by easing the sheet so that the more wind is coming on that side, or the helm could head the boat straight up towards the wind, not straight up, could head the boat up towards the wind till both ticklers have a straight back flow. Okay, in this representation, you'll see that we still have an uneven flow. This time, the windward side is showing weak air by its erratic behavior. The crew would need to pull on the sheet, or the helm would have to bear away from the wind till both ticklers fly. So when you bear away, you fill this with a little more air and it will start to fly. Or if you pull in the sheet, your sail is closer to the wind, so this will start to fly as well. Finally, on this board, what do we have, Bob?
They're both flying parallel.
Parallel ticklers. Okay, so these have been achieved by altering the setting of the sheet. So the crew has either adjusted the sheet or the helm has adjusted their point of sail to fill these. So the wind is flowing positively over this sail, and the ticklers are what indicates this. So both crew and helm can do this job. They have to decide who at which point is going to adjust depending on other influences in the sail they're having. We now have good drive and good sail power. So, Bob, there are two ways to ensure that your telltales are straight, and two people that do the job. Number one is by sheeting, and it's the crew that does that job. And number two is
The helm.
helm does that job by
Moving the tiller.
and changing
The direction of the boat.
so that the air is distributed differently and the telltales run parallel. So let's just recap this. And if the port side, so that's the windward tickler, is fluttering, what can the crew do with the sheet to stop the fluttering on the windward side?
The crew can pull the sheet in so that the sail tightens up on the wind and there's more wind going along the side.
Very nice. Okay, now what could the helm do?
The helm could have the boat bear off. So the sail would stay in the same position, but when the boat turns, the wind would hit the telltale differently.
Very nice. Okay, so now when our leeward telltale is fluttering, what can the crew do to get it flying parallel?
They just have to ease the sail so that that side of the sail goes more directly into the wind and the telltale flows smoothly.
Excellent. And what can the helm do if the leeward side telltales are luffing?
Well, the helm can just aim a little bit higher on the wind so that more wind goes down the side of the sail and makes the telltales fly parallel.
So he will head up.
Yes,
Very,
he will head up.
very nice. All right, here's our RC model sailboat that Bob's going to work with. We're going to see how he can manage his telltales. Okay, Bob, so we're going to need some telltales. I see you've got them in your hands. They're going to be placed kind of midpointish in the sail, and yep, the red one goes on, Bob, which side?
Port side,
And the green one goes on?
starboard side.
Okay, and right now we have no wind on them, so what's happening to them, Bob?
They're flagging.
Yes, they're just
They're just sagging because there's no wind on
sagging
them.
because there's no wind. Okay, let's see what we can do about that. Bob, we have our telltales drooping. We're going to need to add some air to it, so that's your job on the wind fan. So if we add some wind, we might be able to get these to fly parallel. Good work. Coming. There we go. Okay, so if we are sailing and the windward telltale is dropping, then the crew is going to need to haul in the sheets to put a little more wind onto the windward side. If the leeward side is dropping, then the crew is going to ease off the sheets a little to make sure that the wind is filling the other side. So that deals with what the crew member can do. Now don't forget there are two people involved here. The other one that can do some work is the helm. So it's helm person. So here's here is our helm, and if we steer so that the windward telltale is flying but the leeward one is not, we will have to head up to give the sail the option of having both flying parallel. And in the other way, if the leeward telltale is streaming but the windward is not, we will have to bear off to get them flying parallel. Good work on the fin. Hey Bob, you're now crew person. I'm in charge of the wind source. And you'll notice as crew that your leeward telltale is not working. So what are you going to do?
Ease the sail.
Ease the sail.
Ease the sail to get the leeward telltale flying.
Good. Okay. Now, if you notice that your leeward telltale is flying great, but your windward is not,
And you haul in the sheet.
haul in the sheet
Tighten the sail.
and count on your resource doing a good job.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, there you go. Okay, so as a helm, what are your options in in order to keep the leeward and the windward telltales flying parallel? So,
We turn the boat.
okay, now we have the windward one is flying beautifully straight, and
So
for the
we turn the boat, we head up, so both telltales are flying again.
that's right. Now the leeward one is flying. Okay, so if only the leeward one is flying and windward is not,
Well, then we ease the boat off. We fall off. the
bear
wind.
off. Good. Okay. Good work.
So you either adjust the sheet
That's right.
or you adjust the helm.
That's right. Okay, good. So, Bob, I think you've clearly demonstrated that you have a grasp of ticklers. I think that you can understand the sheeting and the helming procedures to fly those ticklers parallel under any scenario.
Absolutely.
So now, do you think that you can have a leg up on some of those other sailors out on the lake?
Oh, I know I will be.
Great.
And you know, it answers a question that I've had in my mind for many, many years. I used to sail in the Caribbean. I used to sail with Captain Jack Sparrow. And this is long before anyone else's time who's going to be looking at this video. And we were one day trying to find a quick way out to the Black Pearl, and there was a rowboat and a sailboat. I said, let's take the rowboat. He said, no, we're going to take the sailboat. If we keep the ticklers flying right, we'll be faster than the rowboat. I never understood it till today.
Multi-purpose lesson.
Perfect.